Hello Pitsmore, this is Martin Curry speaking to you from his room where he is on his own. I am isolated. I am self-isolating. I say self-isolating. It was actually my family's idea. They all pushed me in here one day and barricaded the door with computers and comics and toys and board games. And the door actually opens inwards, but I don't fancy my chances against that sheer weight of stuff. I suppose it's for my best. I was told it was for my best, and it was for my own health. And it's actually my birthday today, and I was rather hoping somebody would maybe let me out and let me celebrate my birthday, if they remembered, of course. There's a lot going on. You can understand if they did forget. What did I say? Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, Martin, it's me, Frankie. Could you... There seems to be something, stuck on the door. Could you try and, shift it?
I thought all the obstacles are on your side. Otherwise I might be able to get out really easily.
Well, no, why would you do anything like that? Hold on, I'm just going to try and shift it.
Oh, hang on, my scooter's got in the way. Hang on.
Give me a second.
Okay. Yeah, that's another way of doing it.
Now, you know how you were going to do that whole Sunday kebab thing where, you made a weekly or so radio show to try and lift the spirits of the people of Pitsmore?
Yeah, it's a really, really good idea, I thought.
Glad to tell you that is completely out of the window.
The Sunday kebab?
Completely gone.
People like a kebab.
Not when you make them, Martin.
Oh.
I'm sorry to tell you. But anyway, some great news. Now that awful idea is out of the window.
Being a bit judgmental, I feel.
I have a not at all similar idea.
Yes.
That has been granted to us by the fine people of Her Majesty's government.
Yeah?
We, Martin, have been co-opted to produce the Pitsmore area's stick-at-home service.
Stick-at-home service?
Yes. It's a weekly or so radio show where we try and lift the mood of the people of Pitsmore.
Wouldn't stuck-at-home service be better?
Nah, I don't know about that. The stick-at-home service, it's got a real stick-to-it attitude, you know what I mean?
Oh,
the stuck-at-home service just sounds a bit negative.
Oh, well, we'll see how it turns out when I've edited it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
This is the
Stuck-at
home service.
Anyway, they've sent us a list of suggested segments, and the first one here says a new national anthem.
Oh, that's a good coincidence.
Oh yeah?
Okay, Kate Thomas sent me one of those the other day. Hang on.
Oh, that's good.
Let's put it in here.
We do not know what lies ahead, but our times they're coming. And if we believe all that's been said, it's a kind of unraveling. The ground beneath our feet is shaking, and with each day's news our hearts are aching. So put your hand in mine, my friend. We'll face what comes together. We'll face what comes together. So let us stand as we face the coming storm, for we love this land. Let's work for a better dawn, and let us love like we've never loved before. Sisters and brothers all together, let us stand.
And many thanks to Kate Thomas, and it sounds like she had some friends there as well, for the very speedy putting together of the new national anthem there. Thank you, Kate.
This is the
Stuck-at
home service.
And now over to Frankie for the weather.
Yes, hello Martin, I am over by the window and it looks like we've got a lovely cloudy day today. I can see patches of blue sky beyond the grey clouds, and it looks like for the people who aren't self-isolating, it's going to be a perfectly fine day.
I'm over by the thermostat now, and it's reading 19 degrees, which is the normal temperature would keep the house at when the central heating is actually running. I would also pay attention to the radiator in the hallway, which doesn't work very well, and that could lead to some cold patches around that area.
So you join me now over by the fireplace, an inconsistently warm area with lots of hot flushes followed by long periods of cold. So it looks like we're in for a very turbulent time over here in the Curry household.
But right now, I wish I was wearing a pair of socks, because
so do I.
It's a little on the cold side. And that's the weather.
That is the weather.
And now the first in what I hope will become a series, Gary Manson's Memories of Mexborough. We open this story when Gary is about 6 years old and is off to buy a family dog with his dad.
3 houses away, their dog had a litter, 6 dogs in it. 5 dogs, all look reasonably the same, black and brown, short haired, and then for some unearthly reason there was this other one, and it was white, all white. It had a brown patch over its eye as if it had been thumped, and it had long hair, and it just looked like it hadn't come from this bitch. Looked like it had flown in from outer space this time. And so we all went to see it, and see the litter, and everybody was like, oohing and ahhing. And then they were looking at these dogs, and everybody was looking at this white one, and I could see it. They were thinking, no, not that one, not that one, not that one. We were thinking, no, not that one. And then my dad kind of points at this white one and goes, that one.
Why? Why did he do that?
To this day, I don't know why he did that. But it was fait accompli. And Dog came to the house when it was big enough, and immediately took possession of the house, trying to make this puppy sit. And every time you press down on its hindquarters, it'd growl at you.
Yeah.
It was only a puppy, a little thing, and it was going for you.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's trouble here.
Yeah.
There's trouble in the store. And sit, Rex, sit, right, sit, and it just stand there and stare at you defiantly.
Yeah.
And the look in its eye, and you thought, ooh, what a bugger. And so it wouldn't say, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do anything he told it. It did what it liked. It sat where it liked. It laid down where it liked, and you had to move out of the way for it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't pet it. It'd just growl at you, and turn its head round and bare its teeth. And it's just that, right. So it was pretty useless, apart from consuming dog meat.
Yeah.
It was the only thing it was kind of good doggy at, My parents used to go out about once a month to the local pub.
Yeah.
The Highwoods. It's about 150 metres away from our house.
Mm.
And, they worked hard and they deserved it, and they didn't have long and they didn't have much money to spend, and it was their only time together. And my mum used to get ready, put the makeup on and everything. My dad used to look smart. They used to both look good, and off they went. And as soon as the door shut, and there was four kids inside, bumpers inside. As soon as the door shut, the dog would start howling.
Yeah.
And it'd just be, ow, proper howling at the morn, wolf type howling. And it'd just keep this up from the minute they went out until the minute they got. It could be an hour and a half, could be 2 hours, and it'd just howl. And there was nothing you could do. You couldn't watch telly. You couldn't talk to each other. You had your fingers in your ears. It was incredible. And as soon as the click went on the door from my parents coming back, the dog would just stop dead, as if nothing had happened. Right, just like as if it had no memory of the previous 2 hours. This dog and what it had been doing, right? And it had just kind of nothing. But my parents could hear it, coming back. I mean, the whole road could hear this dog howling inside the Manton household, and 50-meter radius. This dog howled at the top of its lungs. Nobody understands why it did that. It was just one of those things.
Yeah.
Rex. What a dog. So the other thing was it was brilliant. Was every Wednesday this van came round and my mum used to buy some cheap cuts of meat from it.
Yeah.
And now and again he used to give her a bone. Well, you were just asking for trouble with this dog, giving the dog a bone, because as soon as you gave it, it'd bolt under the kitchen, the dining table. Now, the dining table was in the living room because we didn't have enough space in the kitchen, so we all ate in the living room. So, and it bolt under the dining table and protect this bone. And this had gone for days.
So they didn't eat it?
And it wouldn't eat, it wouldn't touch it, right?
Just guard it.
Just guard it.
Yeah.
Like some kind of mad guard dog. And if you went near it, if you tried to take this bone off Rex, it'd have your hand off. I mean, it was serious. It was seriously quick and it was seriously nasty. And you got near it, and it started growling. Even if you got near the table, it started growling and baring its teeth. And after 3 or 4 days, of trying to outwit the dog, the bone would be smelling to high heaven.
Yeah.
You couldn't have people around, and the only way that you could try and outwit it was to encourage it to have a wee, for it to go out in the garden and have a wee, and then
give it water
take the bone while it was away. But the thing was, we used to have to wait for quite a while until its bladder was so excruciatingly large that the dog really, really had to go. Yeah. Because, dog didn't want to go. And so that was another game, that the dog played with us. The dog had numerous games that he played with us.
And he well trained, I think.
He trained as well, yeah. Yeah. And he was taken for a walk, and we had one of those chokers, the kind of the chain leads.
Yeah.
And you put it over its head, and even in the house, immediately its head would go towards the ground, and its legs would just start kind of slipping across the ground, just kind of scrambling.
Yeah.
Basically, it was scrambling to try and get as far away from it as it could, as if you were holding a gun to the back of its head.
Yeah.
And it used to keep this up from the minute you put the chain on till the minute you got it to where you wanted it, in the middle of the school field, which was about 200 yards away from the house. Massive school field, immense thing, with numerous football and rugby pitches on it. And you'd let the dog off the lead, and the dog would just zip away from it, hurtling at top speed, and it'd get about 200 metres away from it, 250 metres away from it, and then it'd start zigzagging all over the field as fast as it could go, and with its tug lolling out, and jumping up in the air and doing somersaults in the air and stuff. And you just think, wow, absolutely. And it'd keep this up until it was exhausted, until it couldn't run anymore.
Yeah.
And then it'd sit about 200 metres away from you, staring you down, right? And it played this game with you, where you went up to it to try and get the lead back on, and you get within 2 metres of it, bending down, and off it went, another 200 metres. So you were playing this game where you went around the school field, every 200 metres, tried to get it, and off it went 200 metres. just off it went. Eventually, you get pig sick of it and just think, I'm going home. You go home, and then you get told off, and I'm bringing the dog back. Sometimes when it went on the school field, it did this ziggy-zaggy thing and then just bolted. And you wouldn't see it again for a day or so. Yeah. And you'd come back all loppy and smelly. You didn't know where it had been, but obviously bad places. And one of the times that it kind of bolted across the field, it just went. It just bolted half a mile, disappeared under a hedge. And I looked around for it, and there's nowhere to be seen. And I thought, oh, bugger it, I'm going home. Yeah. Got told off again for not bringing the dog back home. And didn't see it for 3 days. And it came back, and it was covered in various types of material. Yeah. Including smelly stuff. He's obviously been to like bad places and
bad dog places.
Yeah, it had been to, and it had actually caught distemper. Now, when you got a dog in Mexbury, you didn't inoculate it. Nobody could afford to do that, so you just took your chances. Yeah. Anyway, we lost out as far as it went, and it was a bad do as far as money went, because vets' bills started ramping up. And my parents didn't have that much money, and it was like it was having to be done. Anyway, the dog used to go down to the vets, the vet used to give it a needle or whatever, and the dog used to come back, and then it got too poorly for that. And so the vet came to the house, and Rex wasn't having any of it. He was very protective of the house.
Home territory.
He thought the house. Well, he thought the house was his, you see, and the garden, and half the street, and he pinned the vet up against the wall. So the vet's kind of like thinking, So the vet says, "I'll come back later." I was, "Yeah, all right." And he came back later with falconer's gloves. In order to give this dog its medicine. Yeah. And I remember him actually rolling around on the floor trying to keep this dog away from his throat. And a real wrestling match. And he did it, to his credit, he did it.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing this falconer's glove, and the dog had made a bit of a mess. This falconer's. Yeah. I don't know where he got his falconer's glove from, but he must have owed money. Rex got worse and worse and worse until he could hardly stand up. And I remember the day that we took him down. My dad says he's weak. We wouldn't have him put down. And me and my dad went down to the vets, and it was a slow walk across Mexborough. Yeah. And I remember going in this waiting room with my dad going in with a dog, and then my dad coming out. No dog, just the lead. And incredible sinking feeling I had. I didn't want to put myself. And it was the beginning of the summer holidays, and apparently I didn't stop crying for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I went back to school, and that kind of helped me. But this dog, even when I think about Rex now, I get a sad pang from it. I must have been very attached to this dog. And why? I mean, why? It was it was the first dog, and I was only 6 when we got it, and I was about 8, 9 when it died. Yeah. Rex, what a dog!
This is the
Stuck-at
Home Service.
Now, Pitsmore, being in isolation can be a bit dull, but your house has got all sorts of things in it that you don't really appreciate. You're so hung up on streaming things and getting what's new and what's current that you're forgetting about the old stuff. You've got books, you've got magazines lying around, you've got DVDs. So let's have a look and see what's in the DVD drawer in our house. What have we got today, Frankie?
We had the box set collection of 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Well, that's plenty to be going at, isn't it?
It's quite a lot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That should see us through a couple of months.
Try weeks.
Yeah. I noticed we have 3 different DVDs of The Goodies, a comedy troupe from the 1970s, who are still very popular today. Once people have actually seen them, kids really like them, I think.
Let's see, we've got the Sheffield special of 4 Lions, always worth a watch.
Yeah, and my last pick is Terminator Salvation, possibly the worst Terminator film that's been made. You're right. There's some tough competition there, but
they're trying really hard.
Yeah, but we'll see what we think when we watch these. So plenty to go out there. A good loads of entertainment there. I'm really looking forward to that.
This is the
Stuck At
home service.
One of the last large social events to be held in Sheffield was the Free Radicals concert at Crooks Social Club. But they were supported by the Chevettes, which are a good local band, and this is their entire set. It's Friday night, and Gabby and Stacey are going to wake up Caroline. Caroline.
Yeah, let's get the name right.
It's with a Y, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it? All right.
That's Sweet Caroline. Right.
Somebody else.
Shall I honk? I've got on these gloves.
Well, can I take you to the site then, ladies?
Crook Social Club, please. Please, yeah.
Do you know the shortcut?
Go left at here.
Turn left up.
Yeah. The Chevette started because Val Reagan sent round a song that she would like to do for her 50th birthday, and she sent it to a few people and reeled us all in. We all liked the song. It was the last train to San Fernando. We'd all played with different people, but we'd not all played together before. And then when we got together and did that song, we liked it so much that we ended up doing more songs.
Hey kids, let's put on a show. It's a benefit for Women's Aid.
It's part of SheFest, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, SheFest 2020. So hopefully it will be a good turnout, because Women's Aid run on a shoestring, and they provide great services for women who have experienced domestic abuse, women and children. I think about 30 years ago we did our first benefit for Women's Aid, and we're still doing them now. So it'd be good if services were properly funded.
Have you had your tea?
I've got some sandwiches
and a thermos.
I've got some sandwiches and some grapes and some water. So
you're all right then.
Yeah, but you can have a sandwich, Stacey, if you want.
You spend a year staring into a mirror, another one trying to figure out what you saw. You paid so much attention to what you're not, you have no idea who you are. And heaven knows that your life
Chevettes.
Thank you. It's brilliant to be here to support Shefest and Women's Aid and VIDA, two amazing organisations. We're a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll, and the next one's called I Got a Feeling.
Tom, 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 tom.
I got a feeling that you're gonna leave me. I got a feeling you're gonna put me down. I got a feeling you tried to deceive me. I got a feeling that you've been running around. No matter what I say, my words drift away from you. No matter how I try, still I'm never satisfied. Tell me why, tell me why. I got a feeling you wanna say goodbye. I got a feeling, but I'm too proud to cry. No matter what I say, my words drift away from you. No matter how I try, still I'm never satisfied. Tell me why, tell me why. I got a feeling you wanna say goodbye. I got a feeling, but I'm too proud to cry. To cry, to cry, to
Well, there's some top dancing going on there from Alison Mueller. So already you've seen Caroline's second instrument of the night that she showcased, and in this song you get to see Tracy's first instrument, which she's just busy tuning at the moment. So don't get put off by the fantastic musicianship of the back line. We've got our own we've got our own thing going on this front. So maybe we should introduce the band actually. So we've got Liz. We've got our new member Liz over on the position over there. Very pleased to have Liz kind of keeping it all together. We've got Jane over on double bass. We've got Vanessa on rhythm guitar. We've got Val on lead guitar. And we've got Caroline. Casey, Tracy, and Stacey on the front line. So you couldn't pay for that. Oh yeah. Right, have we tuned? Here I go, falling down, down, down. My mind is a blank, my head is spinning around and around as I go deep into the funnel. It's such a crazy, crazy feeling. I get weak in the knees. My old head is reeling as I go deep into the funnel. Tried and I tried to run and hide, even Even try to run away, just can't run from the funnel of love. It's gonna get you someday. Tracy. It's such a crazy, crazy feeling. I am weak in your knees. My poor old head isn't reeling as I go deep into the funnel of love. Trying to run and hide, even try to run away. Just can't run from the funnel of love. It's gonna get you someday. Here I go, falling down, down, down. Mind is a blank, my head is spinning around and around as I go deep into the funnel of love. 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 Deep into the funnel of love.
Thank you. That was a song by Wanda Jackson. If you've never heard Wanda Jackson, I suggest you go on YouTube or something and listen to her. She is amazing. 1961 that was written. She has got the most incredible voice. So the next song's by Katie Lang. Full Moon Full of Love.
Every time a big moon shines, she sits right down and cries. Says it's not
Right, so this next song is it's new tonight, actually, isn't it? I don't think we've done this one before. It's an Everly Brothers song, but some of you might have heard it done by Emmylou Harris and Graham Parsons.
We don't know the year.
No.
We do. 1958.
Fact.
Right. I moved into town, I ain't seen you around, I feel a brand new heartache coming on. It happened once before, when a guy moved in next door, I feel a brand new heartache coming on. Why can't I trust in you? Why do you try to make me blue the way you do? So that we'd have a date. You're 3 hours late. I feel a brand new heartache coming on. Why can't I trust in you? Why do you try to make me blue the way you do? Tonight we have a date. You're 3 hours late. I feel a brand new heartache coming on. Ooh, what do I? Ooh, what do I? Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, what do I? Ooh, what do I? Ooh, what do I? Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Why can't I trust in you? Why do you try to make me blue the way you do? You said we'd have a ball, but you never showed at all. I feel a brand new heartache coming on. I feel a brand new heartache coming on. I feel a brand new heartache coming on. All right, Tracy.
Sorry about that. I've got a bit of
Dry, persistent cough.
We've just got to keep this 1 metre between us, haven't we? That's the thing. Right, okay.
Well, there's plenty of room to dance here, and you can, sort of, you don't need to worry about getting close to folks. So, if you do want to sway at the front, please feel free.
Yeah.
This is a bit of
Metre apart, yeah.
a bit of a sad one now. So, I think it is sad. Yes. So, no.
It's about saying goodbye. It's about the process of separation, this song, actually, isn't it? About the sadness of separation, which I think we're all probably going to be doing for the next few weeks.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight, roaring engines somewhere in flight, taking you away.
Well, this one, apparently Tracy says that it's Smokey Robinson, 1963, but I actually think it might have been Bernadette Nolan in about 1974. So let's see who's right by the end of the song. We all right? So,
I think this is the first time we've done this one as well, isn't it? So, premiere.
Or could it have been Jane MacDonald?
I think it might have been Jane MacDonald.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smokey Robinson, Jane MacDonald.
It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
Or Bernadette Nolan. One of Bernadette Nolan's finest hours.
You've really got Nolan on me.
Our next song is called It Won't Hurt, and it's by Dwight Yoakam.
Or Clodagh Rogers, I like to think.
It's about the power of whiskey when you fall off bar stools.
And it actually does hurt when you fall off a bar stool.
Yeah.
Just like to tell you that.
It won't hurt when I fall down from this bar stool. It won't hurt when I stumble in the street. It won't hurt because whiskey's its misery. Even
Evil whiskey, evil whiskey, evil whiskey can ease your hurting me.
Big effort on the dance floor.
Stay there, because our greatest hit's coming up now.
Yeah. So have you got your ibuprofen gel? Because, you know, we expect some good moves. Last train to San Fernando. Last train to San Fernando. If you miss this one, you'll never get another one. Bitty bitty bum bum to San Fernando.
Let's have in my sweet Dorothy, she said to Mom, join the sweet back with me. But if you act alright, well, you can take me out tonight. We can wine and dine and get back in time for the
Last train to San Fernando. Last train to San Fernando. Last train to San Fernando. If you miss this one, you'll never get another one. Bitty bitty bum bum to San Fernando. Last train to San Fernando. Last train to San Fernando. If you miss this one, you'll never get another one. Bitty bitty bum bum to San Fernando.
into our society. If you step outside, and I may never be your bride. Fiddly bum bum to San Fernando.
Last train to San Fernando. Last train to San Fernando. If you miss this one, you'll never get another one. Bitty bitty bum bum to San Fernando. Last train 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 to San Fernando. One more song, that's right, yeah, one more song. No, we need to have a bit more banter. So, because this is going to be our last song, our last song before, I know.
But it's good to see all this dancing. It bodes very well for the Free Radicals after the break. So, you know, it's good.
Well, you'll see Stacey and other guys.
Yeah, in a different role.
It's a Stacey show tonight. Oh, we're just waiting for Vanessa now.
And can we say thanks to Paul, who's done the sound this evening? Paul did a great job on sound. He had to patch the whole thing together, like stitch by stitch. It was marvellous, but yeah. Thank you, Paul.
So we're not sure if this was Tammy Wynette or Alma Cogan. So
Or Jane McDonald.
or Jane McDonald.
Or Clyde Rogers.
I've never seen the inside of a barroom or listened to the jukebox all night long. But I've seen these other things that bring you pleasure, so I'm gonna make some changes in our home.
I've heard it said if you can even join, and if that's the way you want me to be, I'll change if it takes that to make you happy. From now on you're gonna see a different me.
Because your good girl's gonna go bad. I'm gonna be the swingingest swing you ever had. If you like how I'm painted up, piled up, then you ought to be glad. Because your good girl's gonna go bad.
I'll even learn to like the taste of whiskey. In fact, you'll hardly recognize your wife. I'll buy some brand new clothes and dress up fancy for the journey to the wilder side of life.
Because your good girl's gonna go bad. I'm gonna be the swingingest swing you ever had. If you like how I'm painted up, piled up, then you ought to be glad. Because your good girl's gonna go bad.
Go back, Caroline. This is Caroline's third instrument.
Because your good girl's gonna go bad. I'm gonna be the swingingest swinging you ever had. If you like how I'm painted up, piled up, then you ought to be glad. Because your good girl's gonna go bad. Because your good girl's gonna go bad. I'm gonna be the swingingest swinging you ever had. If you like how I'm painted up, piled up, then you ought to be glad. Because your good girl's gonna go bad. Because your good girl's gonna go bad. Because your good girl's gonna go bad.
That was the Chivettes. Thank you all. Next week we'll carry on with that concert and we'll have the Free Radicals playing.
This is the
Stuck At.
home service.
And now to a really useful segment, I feel. Desperation cooking. You know how you're starting to run out of certain things in the house and you're not able to make exactly the meals that you were before, but there are all sorts of really interesting combinations to be had there, and Funky is on his way back from the kitchen with 3 items, and I'll say how we're going to cook them.
1 tin of baked beans. 3 slightly too old potatoes.
Yeah.
And the mouse underneath the fridge.
Okay. Well, I'd make a stew out of the whole thing. Of course, one of the problems of living in isolation with your family is you get intergenerational conflict. But, you know, we can put these differences aside and get on with each other.
God, I hope.
And that's what Mick Ashman and his son Edwin are doing now. They're playing music to each other and discussing their various tastes in music and getting on rather well, I feel. So over to you, Mick.
It's real aspirational stuff.
Hello everyone, well welcome. It's me, Mick Ashman, and Edwin Ashman, and we are here to play you some top tunes from our extensive record collection. Sorry?
Doesn't apply to me.
Doesn't apply to you. Well, but we've got a lot of tunes to get through and to think about, but we're going to play some, and what we're going to do is we're going to play a tune to each other and then just sort of talk about it and discuss it while we played it. We're going to try and play things the other person perhaps hasn't heard or might have overlooked. So there you go. Some people have been stockpiling toilet roll, we've been stockpiling vinyl, and we're going to have a good time. So the first track, I'm just going to play it actually, I think, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So, away
Will we
you
be
go.
able to hear it?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Pick it up.
Yeah, I'm sure. you go. I played that because I've got this theory, Edwin, that happy hardcore is able to get rid of coronavirus as hand washing. Were you happy hardcore anyway?
I didn't think that was happy hardcore. Well,
it's happy hardcore.
Trancy.
That's the Mackenzie Brothers and All I Want on Raving Mad Records. And happy hardcore is a genre of music which is.
I thought that was more trancy though. Because it didn't have any breaks in it, which is always what I assume. Well, I associate with happy hardcore. It's going to have breaks.
All right, so you don't really think. Well, it's on Raving Mad, and Raving Mad is acknowledged happy hardcore label. So you're being a bit sniffy now.
No.
But I do. Do you not think that was? I mean, does it not make you feel uplifted?
Yeah.
And that together we can beat the virus. If you play that loud enough, and all rub our elbows to each other.
Interested if anyone will listen to the whole thing.
You don't think that people will listen to the whole thing? Yeah, it's a bit long, and it's a bit of a sort of jumping in with 2 feet to play it straight off. So, but there you go. Do you want? I can play my next track now. You can go. What would you like to do? I've got. It's up to you.
I'm not meant to see you.
Huh? Well, I'm happy to go again.
I'll go because if you start going, then.
If I start going, what? Well, he's not even queued it up. Anyway, so I need to just. Okay, I don't know anything about this that you're going to play now, so I'm going to sit in the listening chair.
Okay.
And it's over to you. So let's check the sky. It's on 45. So
45.
It's on 45.
Okay.
RPM.
Needs to change.
Sorry?
That needs to change.
You need to change that to 33. Okay.
You should get one.
No, you don't.
One with just a button.
All right. Well, I'll upgrade to the Technics just for you, mate.
One day.
Okay. Right. So this is. So we're going to. Okay. Cue it up nicely. You might want to hit the volume to go to the right. Thinking about 55? That's the intro.
Yeah. And bass up the track a little bit, because I want to hear that moves, you know what I'm saying? Now who got the slave that comes to time of dust and keeps the bus thinking that they fat when they quit? Up to the word and back up or back. Use more of that thing. You know, shit like that. So I'm incredible. Better eat the best wine. I does what I do. I fake the move for me, so something smack it, look effect, mic check, 1, 2. I'm a man. Rain forever. Rain like bad weather. Rain like never, never. You can't fight my style, just my style ain't a style that
Well, that's interesting. What have you got to say about that then, Edwin?
That was Craig Mack.
Craig Mack.
Get Down.
And what made you choose that then, particularly? That's a very interesting track.
Because it's quite. I always find it quite infectious and.
Where's funky? Where did you buy that then?
In that record shop in Copenhagen.
Copenhagen?
Across the bridge.
Ah.
Where the guy was talking about Swedish people not being able to drink.
All right, yeah. So that's got a particularly poignant. Is it memorable because you bought it in Copenhagen?
No, it's just memorable because it's a very good album and by a very good artist and very good producer. And it's always quite overlooked, I think.
The artist is. What year was it released in then?
It was like 94 or something. Yeah.
And the label?
Bad Boy. Okay. So that was like part of the Biggie 2-pack thing, but he sort of stayed away from it.
What, the
And then he died.
He died prematurely. Was he from the East or West Coast then?
The East Coast.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think we should. I'm going to play something now that's a cover. Yeah. So this is a bit of a gamble here because I've not heard this song for a while. It might not be any good anymore because things do change. But let's see what we come up with here. What have we got here? Okay, I'm going to ask you if you can guess who this is originally by. So that was originally by
Leonard Cohen.
Well done. Yeah. So I chose that because I thought there won't be much jingly jangly guitar music, and I was trying to find a jingly jangly record, which remarkably was released in 1989, and it's by a band called the Close Lobsters, and the song is actually Paper Thin Hotel, which is actually by Leonard Cohen and Phil Spector.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Before he produced the album.
Yeah, so I didn't realise it was Phil Spector as well. But this on here, or you also have on here, there's a cover version also on here by the Close Lobsters, who I believe are from Scotland, is Hey Hey My My Into the Black, which of course is by Neil Young, and I might, if I get the chance to ever play on this radio show ever again, I'll play it again. So
I think that's better than the original.
Well, funny enough, I didn't know the original until having heard that. So I heard that when it came out, and I only subsequently discovered that it was by Leonard Cohen. Do you think it's better than the original?
I think it's a good cover, but I don't think it's as good as the original. Because there's not as much atmosphere.
Okay.
But while I was listening to that before, there wasn't much. Well, compared to the original, there's not as much atmosphere.
Okay.
It's not as.
Well. Okay, you ready to whilst you're chatting to me about this, that you can queue up your next record. It's on 45. Are you?
I don't 33.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll pick that up. So that's Close Lobsters. You not heard of them before then?
No.
Really good band, and perhaps I should dig out more of their stuff and play it more frequently.
Sometimes the wrong side plays on this.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The volume's turned quite down, so you need to crank it up to about, I think we had it on 50 or thereabouts.
For some reason it's printed on the wrong side.
What is?
This record.
Oh, I see, right, the label's incorrect.
Yeah. Does that decrease the value? Mr. Collector?
I don't think it decreases the value at all. I think it makes it more interesting, and I think, there we go.
That's not it either.
That's not it either.
Hang on. Track 3. Maybe it's just. Sorry.
That's fine. Well, this is the trouble with coloured vinyl, because why is it pressed on red vinyl then? What's that all about? Oh, that's so. Can you tell us about that, Edwin? I've not heard that before.
That's Shake It by Ian Matthews.
So tell us how you discovered that then, and what tickles you about that?
It was on a skate video. Maybe like 2 years ago. But it's just a happy song, and the guy that skates in the video is quite a happy, entertaining person, and so me and my friends used to listen to that in the summer.
Oh yeah.
And then I found it.
Where did you actually find it then?
Record collector.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What, recently or?
Over Christmas.
Oh right. Okay, well that's. I feel I'm very.
Have you heard that before?
No, I haven't. That's new to me. That's. I'm going to try something now a bit different because I think there's been a lot of talk about dancehall recently from various quarters in Berlin and all sorts of places that we've been to recently. So I definitely want to. I thought it's very important to play some dancehall music. And this is an absolute golden gasser, a complete classic. So there we go.
So you know where the rap comes from, alright. You know where brothers, you know why, you know? You know where the music out, where? See? Right over there? Come on. Coming over to the one, just to set up a plan. We coming to the one, and a time down down. We really hit the plan, and we check Papa there. Really hit the plan, and we check Papa there. Papa smile around, and Papa Michigan. I am Michigan, and I am smile around. Take Papa down the rubber duck style we have. We take Papa down the rubber duck style we have. Just turn me on, turn me on, turn me on from a dusk till a dawn. Turn me on, turn me on, turn me on from a dusk till dawn. Together can we turn me on the East Coast stop. Anytime you drop me out the East West Park. So all you get to do, I beg you forward and along. Put a pop the little corn and I'll make you blow you off. Turn me on, turn me on, turn me on from a dusk till a dawn. Turn me on, turn me on, turn me on from a dusk till a dawn. We come to more ice just to take in a fight. Come to more ice just to take in a fight. And I can't take the party up to take her outside. Get to the one just to set up a plan. Stop me life, stop me life, stop me life, me life will feel alright. Stop me life, stop me life, stop me life, me life will feel alright. Cause you smell the rocks, I know you like to start. But you Michigan, I know you like welcome. So all you get to do, I beg you forward and along. With a pop the little corn, beg you blow by your arm. Turn me on, turn me on. Turn me on from a dusk till a dawn. Turn me on, turn me on, turn me on from a dusk till a dawn. Straight from Portland to Westmoreland, straight from Portland to Westmoreland. On the continent and all the islands, on the continent and all the islands. The people they must say that they want you the one. The people they must say that they want you the one. Just turn me on, turn me on, turn me on from a dusk till a dawn.
That's from 1979 actually, and I was saying to you that dancehall music was a genre that sort of surfaced about 1968 with some classic Alton Ellis stuff, and so it's pretty amazing that still is on a dancehall album 11 years afterwards, and But what it illustrates is one of the things they like to do, which was to play the vocal version and then add the instrumental version at the end, which normally those records would be on separate sides of a 7-inch single, but in this case they've played one after the other, allowing you to join in and do the toasting. The toasting. That's what we're looking for. Bit of toasting, and we're not talking about the toaster in the kitchen. We're talking about toasting to the music. Anyway, so that's my final third choice. I'm going to hand over to you now, Edwin. If you want to get ready with your final track.
Alright, who was that? I've heard that.
Oh, sorry, did you like to not say who it's by? That's fine.
I've heard it before,
yeah, you would have heard it. It's Papa Michigan and General Smiley, and the track is called Compliment to Studio One. And obviously, it's a reference to Studio One, which was a studio in Kingston, Jamaica. Very popular studio, but a studio that produced some amazing music, and that's basically an honour in honour of that particular studio. So I'll hand over to you.
That's interesting. I thought when you said you were in, I've never heard I've heard that, but I never thought of it as dancehall. So I've only heard what people refer to as dancehall now, like from the 90s. You can tell how it's sort of adapted.
Yeah, the rhythm, that chugging rhythm that we love so much.
Now it's just completely evolved. Really.
So this is our final track, is it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I put the right one.
Get it queued up.
Speed.
The right. Oh dear. It's 33. You might need to turn up the volume a little bit as well once you've queued it up.
On speed.
It's 33.
I changed it.
Well, that's
I don't know why I changed it. In retrospect.
So this is the final track of your third track and our sixth track in total. I think we've been playing for about half an hour now, so time goes very quickly when you're playing great music. Oh, Bazza!
I would have waited, baby. And waited. And waited.
must take all sounds of Barry White, Edwin.
Yeah.
And that, I guess, because down here is Oh Love, Well, We Finally Made It, which is off this great album, Can't Get Enough, 1974, classic record, which I bought in a record shop, 50p, which was, I just saw it, and I had it already, but I just thought it was criminal that that record could be sold for 50 pence, so I bought it and gave it to Auntie New. Cleaned up and plays perfectly, so there you go. And we've got, well, anyway, so you wanted to just tell anyone else about that choice?
Well, everyone knows Barry White, but it's the same with most people, that you only know the most famous songs.
Uh-huh.
That one, it's one of my favourites.
Well, it's a great choice.
And me and my friend Joe sampled the start of it years ago, maybe like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, when we were trying to make music. It wasn't very good, but it's a good sample to use.
Good sample to use. Well, you know, when we actually get access to some high quality gear, we can do some more of that sort of sampling stuff, because it's, as you say, it's good to be able to do that thing, and if you can do it well, it fits in perfectly to other things. Okay, so that concludes our little set. So we started off, I think, with a bit of happy hardcore, and we ended up with Barry White, playing various other things in between. So I hope you all enjoyed listening to us. Thank you, Martin, for inviting us to do this, and we hope to do it again. Thank you. Let's pick that up as well.
That's it.
And that's all we have for you this week. An hour and a half, not too bad.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Far too much.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 40-minute concerts, isn't it?
Cut them down.
No, they're fine.
Jesus.
It's radio. People can do the hoovering while they're listening to it.
But they don't. That's not how people do things.
People don't sit down and listen to these things.
Yes, we do.
No, they get up and bake a cake or make a mouse stew or something like that.
Yeah, like an hour and a half, though.
Yeah, okay. You don't think people will listen to it?
Not for an hour and a half.
Well, if anybody gets this far into the programme, can they let us know, please? Because I could do with getting one over on this lad. Right.
He needs something, you guys.
Yeah. So it's good night from me.
And a good night from me. Oh, and happy birthday, Martin.
He remembered.
He was on the calendar.
So let us stand as we face the coming storm, for we love this land. Let's work for a better dawn, and let us love like we've never loved before. Sisters and brothers all together, let us stand. We do not know what lies ahead, but hard times they're coming. And if we believe all that's been said, it's a kind of unraveling. The ground beneath our feet is shaking, and with each day's news our hearts are aching. So put your hand